Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nuden here once again, and in today's video we are going to be talking about a possible inclusion for Crash Bandicoot in Smash Bros. Ultimate, because we are currently on the second volume of the Fighters Pass, and we are going to be getting another 5 DLC fighters as part of the 6 fighter DLC Season Pass. And yeah, today I just thought it would be a good idea to do a fun speculation video about the famous Crash Bandicoot, because Crash Bandicoot is a fighter I've always wanted to see appear in Smash Bros. Because Crash is a very popular video game mascot, and when I think about 3D platformers, I think about Crash Bandicoot, I think about Banjo-Kazooie, I think about Mario. We've had Mario in Smash Ultimate and Smash Bros, obviously, and we've recently had Banjo-Kazooie in Smash Bros. And again in Smash Ultimate. So, the next step, Crash Bandicoot. Because obviously, when people think about Crash, they think about the old days when Crash was he was mainly a PlayStation exclusive. But obviously that's no longer the case, because since the original trilogy, Crash has gone to appear on Xbox, PC, and Nintendo platforms. So obviously, Crash is kind of open to appear. There's no big exclusivity surrounding the character. And whilst I'm speaking about Crash on the Nintendo platforms, the Nintendo Switch has seen the release of the Insane Trilogy, that was the remake of the first 3 games, the original trilogy of Crash Bandicoot games, and we have seen the release of Crash Nitro Fuel, that was a remake of the Crash racing games. And they all sold really well on the Nintendo Switch. I'm not 100% sure on how well they sold, but they did sell really well from what I've heard, and they proved to be popular on the Nintendo Switch charts. And essentially, what's got me thinking about Crash's inclusion into Smash Ultimate is because Crash would be a pretty unique character. He would have his spin dash. He would be bringing some new gameplay mechanics to the Smash world, essentially, because he wouldn't be a straight heavy hitter. He would kind of just be relying on his spin dash. He would have very basic attacks, but at the same time, he wouldn't necessarily be a punching character per se. He's not a melee character. And I feel like that would be something important to consider for his inclusion. And also, let's not forget, obviously, if he was going to have the final Smash, that obviously is mandatory for a fighter's inclusion. There's a lot of stuff that could be included. It could be one of the masks, perhaps. There are a lot of things to consider. And with Crash Bandicoot's vast world and lore, there's loads of opportunities for stages as well, and spirits. So with Crash Bandicoot, the options are open for the character, and obviously for soundtracks and remixes and everything like that, it is really open for an inclusion in Smash Ultimate. But obviously, you know, there are a lot of other talks as well, and obviously people bring up the argument about Spyro. But for me, if I was going to pick out of these 2 characters, I would say Crash Bandicoot, because since his revival in 2017, I would have to say Crash has been more popular. Even though Spyro, yeah, has done a really good job, I would say Crash just because now he's on to his 3rd game since his revival. So it's going to be pretty exciting. And again, I'm not going to say this is definitely going to be the next DLC fighter. This is purely speculation, but I could see Crash arriving in the future for Smash Bros. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, rating, and subscribe, and I'll see you all on my next video. Bye for now.